Oh, hello. Me again. Issue number 74. Let's crack it open. Ta-da! Right, now this is a big old base. I'm not going to lie, I don't like this. Let's look at it in a bit. Right, issue 74. One miniature. Firestrike servo turret. Right. So straight in with our black section. G, heavy support. 02. Now, I like the fact that I can have las cannons on this. I still don't understand why it was not just a plastic tarantula. Because Forge World do servo turrets, plastic tarantulas, which literally, I don't know if you've seen like the sentry guns in the extended edition of Alien. They're just basically that. So you've just got the weapons, you know, with a sensor suite on a traversable turret that could, I think they can be airdropped as well, air deployed. I don't like this. This is pointless. Why build this when you've already got sentry turrets, tarantula sentry turrets? It makes no sense to me. Make it stop. Okay. Right, battle record for it. And then we get into stories, number 20. Okay, that's odd. Khorne demands blood. On the blood-soaked surface of Dominor, Chaos Space Marines with the World Eaters and their demonic allies descend upon the planet's last remaining defenders, the hated Blood Angels. The Berserkers have been unleashed. The Corpse Emperor's whelps must be destroyed. And we look at that. You've got a 4-page story again. Chaos Demons, Khorne. D-faction. So, yeah. So, we got a little intro here from Inquisitor Rodrigo Pike. Pike, stupid boy. And then we've got Space Wolves. Ulrich the Slayer, High Wolf Priest. I think the Wolf Priests are essentially the... Oh, this is interesting. I thought Wolf Priests were like the librarians, but I think that's Rune Priests, isn't it? So Wolf Priests are unique to the Space Wolves. They perform the same duties as the apothecaries and chaplains of other chapters. They are responsible for recruiting new warriors and are often the only Space Wolves the native Fenrisian population ever see. Bjorn the Fell-Handed, the last of the company of Russ. So the background fluff is that Bjorn the Fell-Handed was a Space Marine during the Great Crusade and fought at the side of Leman Russ, and was obviously injured and has ever since been interred in the sarcophagus of this dreadnought body. Then we've got our we've got our turret instructions. Can you tell I'm not really excited for this? Right, anyway, there's our turret looking all nice and shiny. I wonder how easy would it be to perhaps convert it to just a kind of tarantula turret. Surely it wouldn't be that difficult. Anyhow, we then have our painting section. Now obviously this guy's been painted in the colours of a Tech Marine, which again, you know, just flabbergasts me, because why wouldn't it just be manned by a bog standard Space Marine with the you know, from like the heavy support reserve companies? Why take a Tech Marine out of circulation to man this turret? Makes no sense. Somebody make it make sense. Anyhow, here we go. Painting destructions. Obviously the cog mechanicus on the back of the Tech Marine's armour and on his shoulder pad. And that's your Firestrike servo turret. So let's have a look. You've got twin accelerator autocannon and twin las cannon. So this has a movement of 3 inches. What happens? Does the Tech Marine like pick it up and hoof it across the battlefield? You've got sorry, let's go back. Right. Movement of 3 inches. It's got a weapon skill of 3+, a ballistic skill of 2+, strength 4, toughness 5, 5 wounds, 2 attacks, leadership 8, and a 2+ save. This unit can... Okay. Right. Twin accelerator autocannon. 48 inches, which is standard for autocannons, I think. Actually, no. 48 inches, I think, was normally standard for las cannons, but the las Talon only has 24 inches. So 48 inches for the autocannon. It's heavy 6, strength 7, AP 1, AP -1, 2 damage. And then the twin las Talon is 24 inches, heavy 4. So it's strength 9, -3 AP, and D6 damage. And it looks like its standard fit is with the las Talon. It says here any number of models can each have their twin las Talon replaced with twin accelerator cannons. All right, okay. It says here that the ruined Factorum has the scalable terrain trait. The Firestrike servo turret cannot be deployed on top of it. Though it is primarily a defensive unit, the Firestrike servo turret can move and has the vehicle keyword. The keyword, coupled with the model's large base, restrict the unit's movement. Firstly, the large base can make it difficult to move the unit between pieces of terrain. If using this unit in a game, you may wish to place terrain far enough apart so that the turret's base can pass between at least some of the terrain features. In addition, the Firestrike servo turret does not have the infantry, swarm, beast or fly keywords. This means it cannot set up or move on top of any terrain that is scalable. Okay, there you go. Anyway, Veteran 15, the Legion's Rise. The Necron leadership has decided that now is the time to act. With Imperial forces split and depleted, the Overlord has ordered a Necron advance on multiple fronts. Imperial forces now find their lines under assault in dozens of locations. Defenders scurrying hastily to trenches and prepared fortifications. They must hold back the Necron push until more reinforcements can be summoned to the front lines. Isn't it a rule that if you're attacking defensive positions, you need at least a 3-to-1 force in order to be able to press that attack successfully? Anyway, Necrons, Resurgent. The Overlord's commands ripple across the Necrons' front line and the phalanxes stir in response. Flashes of light illuminate the front line. It says flashes, I'm sure that's probably meant to be flashes. Flashes of light illuminate the front line as the Necron elite appear via dimensional translocation and begin advancing relentlessly towards the Imperial defenders. The humans must be destroyed. Kill all humans. Imperials, makeshift defence. The Necron's sudden change of gear to aggressor has taken the Imperial defenders by surprise, with commanders unable to divert reinforcements across their lines. Small pockets of Space Marines, Adeptus Sororitas and Adeptus Mechanicus defenders find themselves facing off against overwhelming numbers of foes. So we're using all 4 of our boards again. You're deploying 6 inches along each of the short edge lines. You've got 5 objective markers placed in a standard sort of like D6 5 pattern. Okay, so 4 in a box and then 1 in the middle. Mission briefing: the Necron assault forces have been driven deep into Imperial lines. Small groups of defenders attempt to hold them off until reinforcements can arrive on the battlefield. So The mission's rules do not follow precisely those presented in C, Veteran 01. Read the rules on this page thoroughly before playing through the mission. So you've got caught off guard. Half of the Imperial's players and units must be deployed in reserve. Using Strategic Reserves rules, the Imperium player is not required to play command points to deploy these units in Strategic Reserve. Mission objectives, take and hold progressive. Right, and it's 75 power for your forces. Let's have a look and see what we get. Oh, and we've got the Dune Buggy. Again, it's another mini I really don't like. But I'll paint it for my Raven Wing, I suppose. Anyhow, there you go. Those are the next two issues, 75 and 76. Come down. Come and talk to me down here. Right, here we go. So what size is this base? That's got to be what, a 70 or 80 millimetre? What does it say in the instructions? 80 millimetre. 80 mil base. Do you know, I mean 80 millimetres is almost the width of the standard British military mortar, the 81mm mortar. So there you go, useless bit of information for you. When I went to a different battalion, I was asked if I wanted to join the guns or the mortars, and I rather quickly, I think probably too quickly for the officers' liking, I turned around and said no sir. Because I know the fucking new guy has to carry the base plate or the tripod around. So yeah, there we go. I mean, we've got our auto cannons there. We've got our las talons, which come in halves. I mean, the auto cannons are in one, so that's quite nice. These look like the power banks for the las talons. These are the drum magazines for our auto cannons. These are the feet pads. I mean, I'm not being funny, but I mean, we've got a four-footed model, but we've only got 3 pins on this. What's going on? What is going on? Okay, it just says that one of the feet doesn't go in. 2 of the feet don't go in, and there's a bit of rock rubble to take up the hole at the back. So it looks like it's that way forward, these 2 at the front, and then a bit of rubble goes in there, which is this piece. So that goes into it at the back. Anyway, let's have a look. This is a sculpt from 2020, so it's a new sculpt again. Obviously it's Primaris, but this one is clearly our Tech Marine. And I mean, they've done things like on the helmet, the augmented eye piece here connects into this cable here, which is on like the firing mechanism for the gun. But hey, there you go. Let me know what your thoughts are on this piece of kit. Do you like it? Do you like the aesthetic? Would you have preferred to see a weapon system something like the Tarantula that you can buy from Forge World? And to be honest, I'd rather have something like the Tarantula. I mean, the base of this is a great base to start off with. It's just a shame that the weapons system itself has this gun shield and the Tech Marine on it. I do genuinely feel that it would have been better to just have it as a automated sentry gun. Let me know what your thoughts are, but come back in a second, we'll build it. All right. Hey, lovely people. Okay, so we have the Firestrike servo turret. Not my favourite mini. I think I might have mentioned that once or twice in the video. Ordinarily it will go on this. I kind of don't see the point of this because, you know, it stands by itself. I know you can make measurements to and from the base, but yeah. Right, anywho, we start off with these two parts of the body. This is a push fit model, and I'm actually going to make it as a push fit model, so I'm not really going to glue it. There might be some bits I glue, but there is a reason why I'm not going to glue it, and that is because I'm going to take it apart after I've built it. Oh, excuse me, that'll be the coffee. Take it apart after I've built it, and then hack it about, basically. We're then going to pop these legs on, and there is a receptacle in the Space Marine's backside where this pin goes. Okay. Then we are lobbing the torso together. So it's the head and the torso. This is all push fit again. Oops, get in there. Thank you. Right, so that goes together like that. Then we have this, handlebar assembly. Right, so you've got two wires here, and they go into plugs on the Space Marine. So this ribbed collection of wires is supposed to go into the Space Marine's ocular implant here, and then there's a plug in the body. And then what this does is it's meant to this is then meant to pop onto this like so. Okay, so that's how it looks so far. We're then sticking on the backpack. And we're then popping on the right arm assembly. And I mean, it goes together quite well as a push fit mini, or at least so far it's gone together quite well anyway. What I'm going to do is the auto cannons, or stubbers or whatever they are, they come in one piece, but the las cannons, you have to just push these together like that. So, and there's two. Okay. We've then got the splinter shield, and we've got a cover for this sensor assembly, and then we've got this. Now this it's fluted. There's three sort of like fluted cuts into there, and they go towards the back when you push that on like so. Now in the instructions here that we've got with Imperium, it's saying to put on the stubbers or whatever they are. So these will just push fit, but in actual fact, if I show you how these would just push in the same way. Okay, so fairly simple. And that's in like that. Let's flip these destructions over. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because down here on the front of this part of the assembly here, so the splinter shield will go to this part here, but you have, depending on your weapon fit, you will push either some ammo drums in like so on each side before you push the splinter shield on, or you will push in these, and these are the power cells for the las cannon, and these are sloped, so you need to make sure you get those around the right way. Alright, but like I said, the build instructions show you the auto cannon or whatever they are, but at the end of the instructions it does show you the alternate. So let's go with the ammo drums. So they just push on like so, and then you're going to push on the splinter shield like that. Okay, and that's what we have so far. So we've got, these are the parts for the las cannons, these bits here. So we'll just push those aside. And then we're going to stick the feet pads onto the cruciform base. And these just push in like so. And then this just goes on like that, and that's it. It's really simple, push fit. And this is why I don't think you necessarily need a base for it, because you can just measure either, you know, just to the feet. Just measure to the feet each time, you know, and I think that'd be fine. But if you do want to put it on a base, going to look like that sort of thing. And then there's this little rock as well, because you're only going to use 2 of the pins. So you get that, and then the feet are going to basically, two of the feet are going to have pins in them to do that. And there you go. That's it. 1 Space Marine Firestrike servo turret. That was exciting, wasn't it? Anyway, I hope you join me in the next video. Alright, take care. Bye-bye. Okay, so I did it. I turned the Firestrike servo turret into a kind of Primaris tarantula turret. So this is it. It's magnetised. So, come on. Yeah. So, it's magnet there. Goes together. So yeah, kind of like a Primaris tarantula turret, if you will. But there you go. That was it. That'll do. Alright, see you in the next video.